The mission for me was to build a different kind of company, a company that had a conscience, and in many ways the kind of company that my father never got a chance to work for. So we have 200,000 employees all over the world, and I think our mission was to try and create a company that achieved a balance between profitability and benevolence, so that everyone shared in the success. And that mission goes back to my father. When I walk into a Starbucks store, like right now, there's a rhythm and a poetry to what's happening around the experience. And to me, that experience has a natural life or a natural soul. Now, when Real Madrid, the team, when I walked in, I went to a soccer game with Plasto. It was 80,000 people singing for 2 hours. That was soul. You know, just an incredible passion and common belief in something. I also think it's not something you can invent or fake. It has to be authentic. I think leadership is about creating a vision that people can believe and see themselves in. But if you're a great leader and you force people to believe, that is not sustainable. You can't dictate to people a sense of belief. A sense of belief has to come as a result of their collective understanding in what the vision is and what's in it for them. When we were in New Orleans in front of 10,000 people, the question was, were we going to leave New Orleans after 3-4 days with 10,000 people believing because I told them to or because they wanted to? And New Orleans was successful because 10,000 people came out of that meeting. They were on fire with passion and belief in what we were about to do. I don't remember why I signed the first letter onward, but we found the first letter, which goes back to 1986, I think. But I don't remember what made me sign the letter, but from that point on, every letter was onward. But it's the right word. It's about progress, it's about going forward, and it's a positive word. Everything about Starbucks is about human connection and humanity. I think it's a word that's quite relevant today in the world because I think we're all hungry for human connection. And it's also about trust. You don't want to connect with something or someone you don't trust. And you have to have trust, or the relationship is not sustainable and the company won't succeed. So you asked about connection, but it's really about building and instilling trust in others. I think every retailer who is a merchant understands, just like Lorenzo in Milan, that you're not selling a product, you're creating an experience in which products come to life. The iPad is a product, but that experience goes to the emotional connection that people have in the brand Apple. You know, Samsung and Motorola and Dell are now coming out with like devices, but you don't have the same emotional relationship with those devices because we have a relationship with that company. That company transcends a device. And that is very hard to achieve, but it goes back to the experience, the emotional connection, and the trust you have in what that brand represents. Innovation is everything. But it's not only innovation that is consumer facing. It's also innovation for the values and culture of the company. But any business today, whether it's media-based or technology-based or even Starbucks, every business has to recognize that the status quo is not a successful formula for the future. And you have to kind of move the status quo aside and be willing to almost cannibalize yourself. Because if you don't cannibalize yourself, your competitor is going to cannibalize you. And that's why you must push for your own self-renewal and reinvention. both inside your company and out, where innovation is everything. Now, with regard to innovation, you have to make sure that the innovation is within the guardrails of your business. It's not just innovation for innovation's sake. It's innovation that's consistent with the reputation of what your company stands for. It's so important to build the kind of team that has expertise and competency in their special areas. And however, when you recruit somebody from the outside, they have to have the talent as well as having like-minded values to the culture and values of the company. So it's not enough to go get a great talent if the values of the person is not consistent. It's like a sports team. You can recruit a great athlete to the team, but if he's not a team player, he might score a lot of goals, but the team's not going to win. So I think it's important to constantly challenge whether or not you have the best team, but that team must be consistent with a set of values and trust in order for the team to work. And I think it's important not to only think about internal, because there is great talent outside, and we want to be the best team we can be. The last couple of years, there has been a seismic change in consumer behavior. One, because of the economic situation, but also most significantly because of the rise of social and digital media, where we are all hyper-connected as a result of social media. And I felt that Starbucks, in order to be highly relevant in the world, that we have to invest and become very efficient in the understanding of social and digital media. So we're the #1 consumer brand on Facebook today and Twitter. And we brought someone on our board, Sheryl Sandberg, who's the #2 person on Facebook, to help us understand how to navigate through that. And today, we're getting calls from some of the most respected and largest corporations in America for them to come to sit with us as a company to help them. And we've made a significant investment over the last 2-3 years, and it really has served us well in terms of building the brand and building trust online. The American dream is not owned by America. The dream should be available to everybody, that no matter where you come from, rich or poor, you should have fantastic opportunities in your life. However, you have to put yourself in a position to win. What does that mean? I think you got to get a good education. You have to surround yourself with people who are smarter than you are, people who have like-minded values. And then I think you have to have the curiosity to see things that maybe other people don't see, and the courage to go after them. And also I say to people, young people, don't let anyone tell you your dreams can't come true. And in fact, I say, dream big, and then after you do that, dream bigger.